Welcome on in, guys. Tobin here with you. Thanks for checking out the channel. Hope everybody's doing fantastic out there. Boots on the ground today. Went to Miami Dolphins practice for the first time as a media member in nearly a year. Haven't been out there in a while, but did want to try and make it out there. They always practice during the radio show, which is 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You guys can check us out live. We're usually following along, but we're not there. We're not boots on the ground. We're not there to see. And today it honestly lined up to be a pretty cool day to be there. I didn't plan on that. I know everybody kind of looked at me and they're like, "Oh, you're here because it's two-a-day." You know, I get it. You know, all the reporters are out there. They're like, "Oh, what are you doing out here?" It's because it's two-a-day. I'm like, no. In all honesty, I put in. I asked if you got to get credentialed and whatnot. I had asked like last Monday before I actually left for Indianapolis, and it just so happened that the Tua deal came through on Friday. There hadn't been a practice since. And so it was going to be a cool day today because Tua was speaking on his contract. And so the vibes were going to be very high. First day that fans were there. The only thing you were missing for today was that there was no pads. But other than that, it was a pretty fun atmosphere because Dolphins were out. The Dolphins were out there in full force. Everybody was getting excited because they got to see their favorite football team in action for the first time this summer and get forth what is going to be a very, very exciting season. And you come out there. First things noticed, Jeff Wilson, who we'll get to here in just a bit. I got a chance to ask him something after practice today, but he was donning the orange jersey today. And a big theme, I think, for today's offense was this was a very run-oriented practice, although you did get some good battles one-on-one in the red zone with Tua Tagovailoa, Jalen Waddle, and Jalen Ramsey, the battle of Jalen's going on in one-on-one red zone drills. So that was fun, but look, Mike McDaniel definitely tried to, for those who were not out there today, he tried to get the people going early on. First off, Tua comes out there and gives everybody the Jerry Maguire, "Show me the money." Show me the money.
Hey, we just want to say, on behalf of the Miami Dolphins organization, thank you guys for taking your Sunday out to come with us. We're going to need you guys to hype us up. It's hot out here. And keep the chants going. Let's go!
Apparently, it was a dare he had revealed afterwards that Daryl Bevel, his quarterback's coach, he goes, "You won't do it." He goes, "I'll do it." "You won't do it." He goes, "I'll do it." And he did it. And so got the crowd fired up. Everybody was excited to see Tua and get everybody all enthralled and geared up to go. And so that was cool. The other big piece of news that you got, David Long came off the PUP list today, so number 11 was out there in full force. The rookies went out there. I saw Malik Washington do is that a back spring roundup? As a cheer dad, I should probably know what that move is, but I did not know. And Mike McDaniel, not a hat guy today. He was going. He was letting the luscious hair flow out there today and get going. But yeah, I would say the big thing off the bat, red zone one-on-ones. You had Tyreek Hill, he was off today, so it was going to be a big Jalen Waddle day, and you had Jalen Ramsey and Jalen Waddle getting into a nice little battle. But the one that was sweet as hell was the one they posted today. That was like, whew, that looked real good. You had Braxton Berrios. He had some nice catches in the corner of the end zone. I believe they posted that one as well. River Craycraft, he cooked Nick Needham on a touchdown. Storm Duck, get behind Storm Duck just because it's an awesome name. He nearly picked off Skylar Thompson in red zone drills, but he did get beat by Easy E in one of those. Tua got a real easy one. I think it was Doug. Maybe it was 38, but it was a little. Sometimes those 6s and 3s are a little bit tough, or 6s and 8s are a little bit tough to distinguish. And then they closed it off. Jalen Waddle got Ramsey once again. So while it was not the no pads in there, it was fun to see those guys kind of dust off their skills and get going. They went to 11 on 11s after some individual drills. They come back doing some 11 on 11s. Tua, he tried to go deep to Jalen Waddle, couldn't come up with it. It was right in Jalen Waddle's hands. Probably should have caught it. And then he went deep to Achane, but it was broken up by Javon Holland. That was another one. Looked like it was on target. So Mike McDaniel tried to get the explosive offense going and get the people going today. Achane was a big theme today. It was a heavy dose of Devon Achane, which is it's going to be interesting because I know that Raheem Mostert had mentioned that he wants to be more in the passing game. You didn't see a ton of that today, but you saw a lot of Devon Achane. I mean, they were going to Devon Achane. They were attempted to get the ball to Devon Achane. Just get the ball in the hands of Devon Achane. That was the real theme of today. It felt like it's like, who's that one going to? Oh, especially with Tua, especially with first team offense. First team offense, it was like, who's Tua trying to get this to? Devon Achane. That's who he's going to, which I'm not against. I feel like this guy was an absolute menace last year. He's fast as hell. Have him go out there and do anything he can do with the football in his hands to go make things happen. That's what you should do with him. So, and that's what was happening. It was like, what do? Give the ball to Achane. Pass it, Achane. A little pressure on it, dump it off to Achane. Go deep to Achane. So it just felt like a lot of Devon Achane. That's where it was going. What else? Jalen Wright, saw him have a nice run again. There's no pads on, but it was kind of cool to see the rookie running back. Long strider, got some size to him. So he had a nice one. Then Mike White had a nice completion over the middle to Malik Washington. So some of the young guns were showing out today. You know, it was I had a really kind of tough angle on one of the sides. Not a vet of the viewing of the media viewing, but I ended up with a pole on one side of the red zone. So my one view was not fantastic, especially for offensive line play without the pads. So I was not trench watching out there, everybody. I'm sorry. I apologize. Yeah, but they did some red zone work. Tua got picked off by Javon Holland on his first pass. Did another flip pass to Devon Achane. No surprise. Tanner Conner ended up wide open in the end zone for a Skylar Thompson. This was kind of cool. In the red zone, there were a couple cool things that were different to today. One of them, when they were doing red zone work, it was a reverse off to Jonnu Smith. That got kind of blown up, but it was interesting to see that the Miami Dolphins, with their new weapon of Jonnu, you know, he's pretty under the radar with signing Odell Beckham, the draft picks, all that stuff. Jonnu Smith and seeing what he can bring back, the former paws up Panther coming in there, what he's going to bring to the table. Seeing them go reverse with their tight end was pretty interesting. I don't know if that's something that's going to be utilized early on. And then my other thing that I love doing this happened on both sides of red zone. It happened in the last session. It happened in this one. But, man, I love that little flip pass. Tua does that no-look flip pass so good. Like, it was really cool because I had a really good view of it at the end of practice today where they were doing their last session, and he just is like straight up basically looking at basically the crowd and just like flings it over to Raheem Mostert. I'm like, damn, that's damn cool looking. That's good. I really enjoyed that. That was great fun. So I just think it's one of those. But Tua definitely had like I would say there was no like real explosive plays today and nothing that like really wowed the crowd. I would say he had definitely pep in the step. I think everybody seemed like in a pretty joyous mood today. And they were just doing a lot of run practice. Like I think this was a big emphasis on running the football, getting in the red zone, running the football, getting those things lined up and in the right spot. And then when it wasn't, it would be like no looks, trickery, reverses, screen passes. There's a lot of that stuff. It was not outside of those first couple of attempts for team drills, there was not a lot of going for the jugular. Now, mind you, no cheated today. Maybe that had something to do with it, but it was very noticeable today. But I will say, practice ended off. He had this one-handed, it was like a fade. He throws the one-handed fade route into the end zone. It was like a one-armed bring in by Conejo Blanco, River Craycraft. He had a really nice play. Mike McDaniel's like running there to try and see if the referee's going to call him in bounds. He did. He was fired up. So all in all, fun day of practice. And interesting. I think, I guess you would give it to the defense. It wasn't like a real explosive day. It was kind of one of those days it was a little tough to tell because there's no pads. It's tough to see where like these runs are really going to go. But, a very, very heavy dose of Devon Achane today. That was definitely noticeable with this one. Tanner Connor had a touchdown when they were doing red zone drills. A lot of red zone work today. Did get a chance afterwards. Jeff Wilson spoke to the media, and the Dolphins running back who had the orange jersey today was getting some reps for sure. And my question to him, this is a guy who's been with him, Mike McDaniel, San Francisco. He's been with him in Miami. What is the next, and basically my question to him is, are there a lot of new wrinkles to this offense with Mike McDaniel, or is it like just you guys executing it better? And he says, oh, no. Mike McDaniel is always trying to change things up.
Jeff, you got about as much experience as anybody in this offense in this next year. Are there any other evolutions that are coming with Mike McDaniel, or is it all just kind of executing it smoother?
Oh, no, man. He's always working. He always trying to improve, and he always trying to expand. So, every day you learn something new, and every day you add something. So you never know what he's going to give you. That's why we always get in here and study and prepare and be ready for every throws at us because, Mike is not a simple-minded person. His mind always moves. He always trying to find new ways to do things and invent things and be different. And everybody on this team wants to be different. That's why we're trying to chase this championship. So it all just merges together and it all collides, and, it fits. And it works.
Goosies. But yeah, man, look, he's got a lot of experience with Mike McDaniel, and it did feel like there were some new wrinkles today. I mentioned them already, but does look like and the misdirection and the playing of games. It is fun to see that stuff always try and play out, especially with QB1, and definitely felt like a pretty celebratory day. I'll get into the Tua stuff in another video because it feels like it kind of just needs its own thing. Tua spoke to the media today, did about a 20-minute press conference. His family was in attendance. But as far as practice today, yeah, it was good to be back out there. It was fun to see everybody in action and see the Dolphins do their thing as training camp is in full swing.